welcome Walter Rice, who is the outreach coordinator and social worker for Shrewsbury's Senior Center. What we wanted to do first was just share a little bit about what's coming up in June at the Senior Center. The Farmers Market, I know, starts June 12th, and it's going to be every Wednesday.
Yes, that it will. It's a very good place to go to for coming in, get your vegetables and your fruit and so on.
Yep, supporting local businesses and local farms. And
it fits very well there with the space that we have too. So.
And that starts June 12th. June 13th, Dr. Claremont is running a program on Lyme disease.
He's very good, very knowledgeable, and please come and attend.
And that'll be from 1 to 2 o'clock in the afternoon. June 14th, there's a showing, and I think this is a great opportunity for people as a social activity. It's the recent remake of A Star is Born, the one with Bradley Cooper and Lady Gaga, and that's at 11:30. June 18th, from 9:30 to 11, there is a dementia
caregiver support group. Yeah, I helped facilitate that with Jean Pellegrino from St. Francis Nursing Home. And we have about more than a half a dozen people come. They are husbands and wives, and that their spouses or their family members have dementia. And it's the idea of how they're coping and looking at different options for resources for them to help to support them. So
I think that's a real great resource that the Senior Center and you provide. Yeah. The Friends group are running they're spotlighting the life of Dean Martin. Caught me because he's one of my favorites. At 1 o'clock, and there are refreshments, and I guess they have some video clips and some other things they'll do. And again, it's a nice social activity in a way to get to know people, I think. Volunteer opportunities. First of all, we're looking for more volunteers who might enjoy doing this, being part of learning how to do anything from running a camera to editing, to we're going to do more remotes as well as in-studio things, and love to have more people involved. So that's one possibility. There's a need for a receptionist, a volunteer receptionist, I guess.
Yes, we have needs of those, as well as maybe Meals on Wheels or whatever.
And that was my other note. Meals on Wheels could use help drivers as well as in the kitchen.
That's exactly right.
So anybody who is interested in volunteering there, and again, that's a great way to meet more people as well and get to know more people, can just contact the Senior Center.
Because we average about maybe 150 meals that we delivered to elders in their home, every day. So Monday through Friday.
So there are all sorts of opportunities, and contact the Senior Center, and you'll get connected right away with the right person.
You got that right.
Let's talk a little bit about what you're involved with around hoarding, which is really a significant problem for some people.
Yes, it can be, and a lot of people don't like to hear that word, they shy away from it, but there are a number of people in town, because we have over 8,000 seniors in our town too, so a lot of people who are elders or either have emotional problems or problems, walking or talking and so on. They get tired and they're unable to clean their house, or maybe their refrigerator is going, or their wash machines, or they stack things up, or sometimes we don't like cleaning our house too, you see, or we forget. It's not unusual that as an elder too we forget, and maybe we don't see it as hoarding either too. That's not unusual too.
Sure.
I've been in several homes with hoarding, dealing with them, where I make contact with elder services and protective services to get help to come in. So the biggest piece is safety, and that's the biggest piece for safety. And because I work with many team members in town with the public health department and so on, to make sure that they're not shutting the house down or anything. So to make sure that it's going to be safe. So it's an interesting challenge to be with those people, but they're just as human as us, and it can be a very deep need of an emptiness, of what they're missing. Someone may have died, and lost, and they're buying material things to fill up that space. and or they may be hoarding animals as well, you know,
Yes,
to fill up, you know, the space of connections with people too. So yeah, oftentimes those people are very depressed, and they're sad, and they haven't dealt with that loss or whatever pain that they've experienced, you know. So.
It becomes a real safety issue.
The safety is the biggest issue, okay? Because I remember one, she has since now passed, but it was all the way up, that much right up to the roof, you know, to the ceiling rather, and we need to put in a new furnace and get her plumbing fixed up too, and had to get I got volunteers to help to make a pathway to get to those places, and just for safety. Elder Services has a program too for helping people with hoarders too. So it's one of getting home care services in, make sure that they're having the proper nutrition, that they're having necessary heat, that they have their plumbing in, because oftentimes these people are not, or even their electric light, because some of those people there are not paying their bills too at the same time, so they got overpayment, and how to correct and make connections with those agencies.
What other services are you currently involved with? Because there's a wide range of things.
Spring coming up, I have my small home repair program. Particularly this time, a lot of people are going to be requesting to have their air conditioners to put in, okay, because of the heat coming up. So it's already started. I have about 15, 20 volunteers. It started with the ecumenical churches, and I took over their program. And they just want to do some good deeds, you see.
Sure.
And no cost, and all the person has to do is to purchase, say, like maybe light bulbs, or they may need help hanging curtains to make sure that things are safe in the home. Those, or maybe installing grab bars for safety as well,
Sure.
too. You know?
And that's an important service alone.
Yeah, you know, especially taking a shower, you know, slipping and falling, and that's an essential piece. I just got through a month or so ago with a fuel assistance, so that won't be happening until November, okay? They're helping people with that piece. It's as a memory piece. Where am I at? Oh yeah, what I'm doing too is I run a stress management program.
Oh, okay, that's one of the things I did want to mention.
Yeah, for mindfulness meditation. And it's every Wednesday from 1 to 2. You don't have to sign up, just come in. We've been averaging about 20, 22 people every Wednesday, you know? So they're coming in for helping to relaxation. We do a relaxation exercise, and then we do some talking. We do a mind-body scan exercise, and maybe we do some type of singing as well, too. It's accepting everyone for where they're at. It's non-judgmental, and it's a very peaceful, calming group. I've been dealing with a lot of homeless issues too, so in helping them get connected to the appropriate agencies, so that they can get some temporary housing and then find a place to live.
We'll have you back and talk about some of your programs. I want to touch some more about the homeless programs, and then we'll talk some more about in the fall about.
Sounds great. Thank you.
Thank you for coming, and we'll be right back. Hi, I'm here with Missy Hollenbeck, the founder and organizer of Shrewsbury's Farmers Market at the Senior Center. Thank you for joining us, for starters.
Thank you for having me.
The Farmers Market starts this month.
It does. It starts June 12th, and it will be every Wednesday until the end of September, which our last day would be September 25th.
Okay.
The hours are from 2:30 to 6:30 p.m. And this is our third year that we're going to be in the Senior Center parking lot.
And what kinds of vendors are going to be at the Farmers Market?
So we start off with our cornerstones of farmers. So we have local farms that only sell local produce, meaning within about 60 miles. So we have a farm from Grafton, the Holden farm from Grafton. We have the Harper farm from Lancaster. We have a new certified organic farm this year called Abundance Family Farm. Oh. And the woman's also going to be co-managing the market with me. And they're from Charlton. And then we have a really cool program called the Flats Mentor Program. And that's part of a World Farmer Market. And what they do is they teach refugees how to farm, refugees that used to be doing agriculture in their old country, farming here in the United States, and integrating their old crops with new crops, and then teaching them skills and how to sell at farmers markets. So we have an Asian family that does a lot of really fun stuff with that as well.
Neat.
So they're at the market. So we start with cornerstones of the farms, and then after that we go for the fun stuff. We have Giacomo's granola, and they do granola cookies, and they've expanded into salads and things like that. We have a goat milk soap vendor that does some wonderful stuff. We have Peg's Preserves. She also has a lot of different types of honey. 2 meat vendors. Again, they're local. Most of the meat is usually frozen, but it is local, and it is, you can watch them walking around out in the farm out there, so it's pasture raised and all that. And then sometimes we have various crafters that will come maybe 1 to 4 times throughout the whole season. Then we'll also have a couple of bakeries. And then sometimes we just get vendors who, just kind of try something out and might sell, a craft or something like that. And then also new this year we'll have a dog cookie vendor, a new one. So, yeah.
Businesses that might be interested in being part of the farmers market, is that still possible? And
Oh yes, yeah. It's still possible to become a member, to join us. Although one of the things that is a lot of times I'll have people come up and say, "Oh, we make really great pierogi. Oh, can we sell them here at the market?" I would love to have it, but it has to go through the Board of Health. They have to be their kitchens have to be certified. They have to be licensed. So there is a number of steps and process that they have to go to sell food. But if it's other types of things like the dog biscuits, they don't need to go through the Board of Health. Or if you're a potter or something like that.
Okay. That makes sense, because the farms are selling produce, not making food.
Exactly, and it kind of goes through the whole Massachusetts Department of Agriculture rules and regulations of what they can sell and stuff, and that's considered acceptable.
Okay. But anybody else who might have an interest in becoming a vendor,
they should contact me. We have a website, so they can go to our website, which is www.shrewsburyfarmersmarket.com. And if it looks a little odd, make sure it's Shrewsbury, Massachusetts.
Oh, yes, you do run into
There's
that.
a Shrewsbury, New Jersey, and I think they have a market. And most commonly, the mistake we get is there's a Shrewsbury in England, and we're constantly getting vendors from them. And usually, when they misspell something, the British way, I can tell that they're not wanting my market. But it would be fun. I think you and I should go on a trip maybe over to England sometime.
There you go. Yes,
and do that. Yeah.
Or there's no cost for anybody to attend the farmers market.
No, there's no cost to attend the farmers market, although the vendors, there is a fee depending on how many days they attend. And we just started out as an LLC, a business, and then I became actually a nonprofit, so that we could solicit donors, because that way we can also kind of give some money back to the community and the farmers. Because what I do is a lot of times we'll have groups that want donations, so I will give them gift certificates. But what people don't realize is the gift certificate, somebody has to get paid at the end of the day. So I give a gift certificate to maybe a PTO, they come and they give it to my farmer, and then I have to pay the farmer for it. So my sponsors will do that. So it's a really nice way of getting the money going many steps to do that.
Who have some of your sponsors been?
So far, our sponsors that we have this year, we have Balanced Rock Investment Advisors. They're our big harvest sponsor for our 2nd year in a row. And Selco has been one of our sponsors from day one. State Rep Hannah Kane has also been one of our sponsors from the very beginning, but there's always opportunities to be sponsors.
Well, that's it.
Yes. So the deadline is if you wanted to be on the TV ad that is shown on the Selco, cable TV, that has passed, but the smaller ones are there. And like I said, it's a lot, the money kind of goes around. The other thing that we're doing is we donate money to the senior citizens that might need a little bit of extra boost for their food dollars. We'll give them gift certificates as well for that.
Oh, that's great. That's great service. As you know, hunger is a pervasive sort of problem throughout our society, and seniors have lots of problems.
Exactly,
accessing
and that's
food.
actually one of those little hidden, quiet problems that a lot of people don't know about, and it really is important to their health as well. And then the other program that a lot of people don't know, it's actually with the USDA, and that kind of filters down through the states, is the Senior Farmers Market Coupon Program, and it's actually a coupon booklet. And it's for low-income seniors. They have to be over the age of 60 or live in a subsidized housing, and then there's certain income limits for them. So, for instance, if there's one person in their household and their annual income is less than $23,000, they'd be eligible. Two people, $31,000, they'd be eligible. And if people are interested in this program, they can contact the person at the senior center who handles the food, nutrition, and programs, because the coupons are not being handed out yet. They're still working out the schedule, so there's still time. But it's a nice thing. They get a little coupon booklet, and then they can go to certified farmers markets or farm stands and use these to buy fresh fruit, produce, and honey as well.
Oh, I think that's a really important thing to emphasize to people, that there is that kind of a coupon program, and because people outside of Shrewsbury will see this particularly on YouTube. You go to your local senior center. Is that the way to sign up for that?
In Shrewsbury, you would get the information from your local senior center, but to actually get and sign up for the program, you would have to go to the senior center in Worcester. There's like regionalized areas for that. But I was told in the past we've only had about 21 seniors from Shrewsbury, and I think the numbers would be higher if the information got out there a little bit more.
I would guess so, because it's a free coupon book.
It's a free coupon booklet.
And there are a number of farmers markets.
Yeah.
And why not take advantage of
Yep.
getting good, healthy,
Yep.
enjoyable food?
It helps the local farms and farmers. Again, it's bringing in extra money into the program that might not be there. So it's helping the farms that already exist, and it's creating a need for more local farms and farmers. So it's one of those things everyone wins on.
And that's I mean, farms in general have a lot of trouble surviving.
Yes, exactly.
And local farms, I think, are so critical to the economy in general.
Yes, yes.
So if they're supporting local farms, helping offset their lack of being able to go out and get fresh food, then it's a win-win for everybody.
And the thing is, as we're, seeing climate change and that type of thing happening with the food distribution all over the United States and the world, we kind of do want to make sure we have something local, in case, lettuce crops are all gone. And
this is going to be a very difficult summer and fall for us because of all the storms in the Midwest.
Exactly.
And those farmers are not even going to get government help, it appears, for the losses that they've incurred. And a lot of them are family farms. We think of the big guys, and we don't care too much about some of the big guys. But these are a lot of family farms through the Midwest that we're not going to be receiving their products.
No.
So what we are going to have is going to be much more expensive this summer and fall. And anything we can get local helps offset that. So that's a super program that people should really. All it takes is a call to the senior center here
or
in Worcester.
Actually, either one with those. And like I said,
to
there's still time.
Qualify.
Yeah, there's still time, which is good. I just called a couple days ago to find out the schedule, and they haven't quite worked it out yet, so there's still time for people to do that.
Oh, great.
And it really is a great program. And the other thing is I'm trying to, again, get sponsors so that I can add a little bit of extra money. So if they stop in at my, booth and, show me that they have the coupons, I'll be able to give them some extra little,
that's great.
Gift certificates or whatever for them as
great.
well. So we want to do that as well. Okay. And what I'll do is I forgot to bring it, but we can put it into your program. Is it's the 10 reasons why to shop local, to buy your local produce. And it really, a lot of the things that you were talking about, it helps.
Sure.
The money that goes back into the economy, your local economy, and protecting jobs and stuff. And so it is really good with that.
Well, great. Thank you for coming.
You're welcome.
And sharing. I love the fact that we've been able to share some information about that one particular program. Yeah. But also, come to the Shrewsbury's Farmers Market.
Yeah, it's fun.
Starting in June.
Yep, so great. Thank you. And we look to see you there with your cameras again this year.
Sounds great.
Great. Thank you.
All righty. And we'll be right back. I'm here with Mike Perna, who's the Veterans Agent for the town of Shrewsbury. Thanks for joining us, and wanted to share with people what you do and who you're able to help. So you've been doing this for how many years?
I believe it's 6 years now.
Okay.
It's part-time.
Okay, yep. And what do you do as Veterans Agents? Who are you helping?
Well, first of all, we have a district with 4 towns:
Okay.
Shrewsbury, Northborough, Westborough, and Grafton. So we have 1 full-time director, Justin Souza, and 2 part-time people, myself, and 1 person in Westborough.
Okay.
That's going to be changing shortly. He's retiring at the end of the month. But what we do is we try and help veterans and their families in any way we can. Basically, there are 2 different sets of benefits. The federal benefits are through the VA, and again, that is in addition broken into 2 sets of benefits: health benefits and compensation. So if you have a condition related to your service, that would be compensation. You file a claim. The other benefits are state benefits, what are called Chapter 115. Those are primarily geared towards, well, elderly people, low-income people, or disabled people. So what we try to do when somebody approaches us for benefits, we have a pre-application workbook we give them. They fill that out and get it back to us. That gives us a better overall picture of their particular circumstances.
Okay.
And then we can tailor the benefits to whatever avenue fits them best.
So you would meet with veterans from any age, or family members of veterans of any age?
Yeah. A lot of these people have been out of the service for a long time. Some are surviving spouses, for instance, or children, or trying to help their parents, for instance. But a lot of them have no idea what's available out there. And there are a lot of different things we can help with.
Okay, okay. And so that's an important fact. You could be the child of a veteran who maybe has some health issues and call you and find out, what kind of help there might be available, what they have earned as having served the nation in that kind of capacity. Or the veteran, him or herself, could come in.
That's right.
And what kinds of benefits programs are there? I know there's some. If you have a health issue that might be related to their time in the service, for instance.
That's again compensation, and you apply, they evaluate it, and then they give you a rating, and based on that, you receive a certain amount of money per month. In addition, if you reach a certain level, then there are, for instance, property tax abatements each year. You can get excise tax waived, things like that. That's through the VA.
Okay.
But then again through the town, because they're
Sure.
the ones you're paying that to. Veterans license plates, a veteran's designation on your license. There are a lot of discounts out there for veterans that people aren't aware of. Home Depot or Lowe's,
Okay.
usually 10%.
And if the veteran is homeless or in danger of being homeless, because that's becoming more of an issue, not just in Shrewsbury, but the whole state, for that matter, certainly in Central Mass. If a veteran is facing the possibility of being homeless.
There's a number of agencies that we can refer them to. Sometimes we can provide the state benefits, especially, or things like that. The state benefits can include compensation for heat, for instance, or fuel, co-pays for medications or medical bills,
Sure.
things like that. What are called ordinary benefits, which would help with everyday living, rent or food.
Yeah, isn't there a benefit for just like that? I mean, for many veterans, and there are some benefits like that I know from what Vo does with St. Paul's Elder Outreach and what some of the elder agencies that I'm familiar with, particularly for seniors. There are some real benefits that aren't really well known.
That's right. Yeah, there's an awful lot out there, and you just have to inquire and see what there is.
So more than anything else, I think that's why I was anxious to talk with you and have you as a guest. There are a lot of benefits that, now I wasn't aware that some of the discounts, so that alone, there's just so many things, and it's seniors, veterans of all ages. It's not just seniors.
Now, of course, we're seeing some of the younger veterans from the Iraq and Afghanistan conflicts, things like that. And it isn't always that they're in dire need. There are benefits out there that are just there that they need to be made aware of.
Sure.
I mean, so
It's part of what you receive as a thanks for having served in that way.
some of the veterans say, well, you know, I'd rather see somebody that really needs it get it. Well, that's not necessarily the right way to look at it. You served your country honorably and so on, and you deserve these things.
Sure, sure, absolutely.
You're not taking it away from someone else, I
Right.
guess is the way to look at it.
And at the very least, I think it would be helpful for any veteran or family member of a veteran to inquire, just what, and then you can pick and choose. Well, I don't feel comfortable with that, well, that's okay, but you may in time have a real need, or you may know of another veteran who does
That's
have a
right,
real
yeah.
need, or a surviving spouse.
That's right. There are, for instance, widows' pensions through the VA, things like that. What's called aid in attendance, if you're not able to care for yourself properly, they have someone come in and help you. There's all kinds of different things. out there.
Right, the aid and attendance program is one of the programs I was thinking of, and that's not well known.
That's right.
And that is a really helpful program, correct? I mean, in terms of getting personal care in your home?
Yes, yeah. And they're always adding things, like within the past year or two, they have made it, you're familiar with the post exchange or the base exchange, where before you had to either be in the service or retired to be able to shop there. Well, now they've made it so that any honorably discharged veteran can shop online at the exchange.
Oh, okay, well, that makes sense, the way everything's going online.
Yes.
Yeah, but that makes a lot of sense, and that becomes much more convenient
Yep.
for a veteran, particularly a disabled or older veteran who
And
can't
in-
get around as well.
In some cases, you can save a lot of money on things. And first of all, there's no tax.
Okay,
right there,
sure,
that's a
right there,
savings,
that's a
but,
big savings.
Things like electronics, jewelry, things like that. You have to kind of do your homework too, but in a lot of instances, you can save a lot of money.
Oh, well, that's it, and there's no reason not to take advantage. I wouldn't think of that for anybody who qualifies to do that. So, oh, that's interesting. Okay. Well, this has been really, I think, helpful, I hope, to viewers who are veterans or families of veterans, and how do they contact you? And we'll be running that information along the scroll anyway, but through the Shrewsbury Senior Center, is that?
Yes, we have, the phone number is 508-841-8386. And if you leave a voicemail, it goes directly to our computers, to our email. So it's not as though you have to wait a week for us to answer it or anything like that.
Okay. And I would encourage, and I'm sure you do, anybody who might qualify for any help or just hey, everybody's looking for discounts and lower prices.
That's
So
true.
just that alone, being able to do online shopping through well, I used to call it a PX. I don't know if
Well,
anybody.
the Army calls it a PX. The Air Force is a base exchange.
Okay, so anybody who qualifies for that, no
Yep, right
reason
there.
not to take care of it.
That's right.
Take advantage of it. Well, thank you so much for coming. This
Well,
has
thanks
been
for having
great.
us.
Oh, this has been great. I hope it helps people who have a chance to take a view of this and take advantage. Take
That's right.
advantage of the help that's there, and you earned it.
That's right.
Great. Thank you so much, and we'll be back.